Blessings and welcome to this NIA experience, this Friday NIA experience. My name is Daniel Roquillo, and I'm always very grateful and honored to have you join me in these moments, whether it's NIA on Fridays or whether it is one of the other lives I have during the week. Being in this space, this community, it's so uplifting, and it gives me such sense of joy. It awakens such joy within me. So I'm very grateful and I'm honored and I'm privileged that you are choosing to tune in. For those of you who do not know what NIA is, I'm not going to go into a long background story about it, but it was originated, I believe, in the 80s. It came from, it's an evolution or the evolvement of aerobic, a sort of group training form. It's a mix of healing arts, dancing arts, and martial arts. Healing arts such as Feldenkrais and yoga, and we have dancing arts such as jazz dance and Dunkin' dance, and we have martial arts such as Taekwondo and Aikido and Tai Chi. And these are all beautifully woven into a beautiful holistic mix, allowing the body to, hi Lani, allowing the body to heal itself. So there are two basic premises that we lean into in NIA. First of all, through movement we find health, meaning that as we move, healing happens. And the second principle is the body's way, which means that the body knows, with its divine intelligence, the body knows exactly what it needs in any given moment to move into a more expanded level of health and dynamic. However, many times we're not paying attention, we're not listening, but we're so caught up in our heads, in our stories, in our lives, with the ongoings and of the world. So we neglect to listen, and we sort of bully the body around, mistreating it, doing all kinds of things to it that it is not meant to do and that it does not like to do. Hi Chaya. Yeah, I'm blown away. I've been doing NIA for like 12 or 13 years or so, and I absolutely love it. I love how it feels doing it. I love how it feels after doing it, and I love the stabilization of dynamic health and dynamic wellness in the body. One other thing about NIA, which is one of the ways it stands out from other movement forms, is that we do it barefoot. So that's my invitation to you as we, in a moment, move into this workout, to take your feet or your socks off, not your feet off, but your socks off. And Lani asks, what country? Well, the two founders, Debbie and Carlos Roses, they are from the US. And they were, I believe, Carlos was a professional tennis player and Debbie was a aerobic instructor, and both suffered injuries doing their sports. And so that led them onto the path of seeking a holistic way of moving while still getting the workout, while still getting the cardiac training, the toning of muscles, the strengthening of muscles, and all that, but doing it in a way that the body enjoys and that actually allows for healing to happen. So about the 15-minute workout that we are about to move into now. This is typically a NIA session or a NIA routine is 60 minutes in a group form. This came out of Debbie one day waking up with an excruciating pain in the neck, and she began to discover how she could, through movement, allow for the healing of that neck to happen. And she stumbled onto, well, not stumbled, it was no accident, but she came across different kinds of movies. She went into studying, hi Alan, and what she found was that doing these five movements that this workout is based on did miracles. And these five movements, they are, or stages actually, this 15-minute routine is based on something that is called the 5 stages of Nia. And these 5 stages, they are the evolutionary stages that every single one of us go through as we mature. So there's the embryonic stage. There's the creeping stage. There's the crawling stage. And these are the stages that every infant begins as an embryo, doing embryonic movements. We're born, we begin to creep. We evolve from creeping and we begin to crawl. We actually, the other way around. And then we begin to stand up, and then we begin to walk. So this 15-minute workout is based on these 5 stages. And then lately, 2 more stages or phases has been added to these 5 stages. And once again, typically this workout is actually 7 minutes. But for me, I enjoy it so much, so 7 minutes was not enough for me, so I doubled it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to double it. And as we move into this practice, the only requirement for you who wants to participate is that you are able to get up or down on and up from the floor, and that you have a space free from furniture, free from obstructions, that you can move around on and in. Because there's going to be a lot of movement, and we will be moving on the floor and up to standing. I believe that just about covers it. So I'm not going to be talking anymore. This is not about me speaking. This is about having the experience of the wonders of Nia, which actually is short for the very strange name, Neuromuscular Integrated Action, NIA. So I'm going to put my chair away. I invite us all to stand up. If you are not standing, I invite you to stand up. I invite all of us to take our socks off so that we get to sense the ground, so that we get to sense the floor. And I just want to do a quick sound check. Can you all hear? I'm guessing that you can hear me, but can you hear the music? Let me know with a thumbs up or some hearts flowing, or Alan cannot. I'm wondering, Alan, if there's something with your speakers. You are usually not able to hear the music. Can anyone else? Mara can hear the music quietly. All right, I'm turning it up. And S, maybe Subin or someone else can hear the music. Great. Or can't hear the music. But I've turned it up. So I'm hoping and trusting that you'll be able to hear it now. So the first stage is to simply walk in body awareness. So what we do is that we walk, letting the heel lead, moving the 13 joints of the body. And these 13 joints, starting from the left, is the ankle, it's the knee, it's the hip, it's the shoulder, the elbow, the wrist, the neck, the shoulder, the elbow, the wrist, hip, knee, and ankle again. So while we move, let's move all these 13 joints and sort of sense how the body feels. Is there stiffness somewhere? Is there pain somewhere? Is there a blockage somewhere? And I'm sensing a little bit of stiffness in my neck. And I'm sensing an old injury in the knee. And now I invite us to take a semi-deep breath, breathing in through the nose sort of smelling the moment. And this is simply to become aware of the capacity of our lungs, how much they can expand, how much air they can take in at this moment. And we're going to circle back to this later on to get a measurement. So the time has come for us to get down on the floor. I'm going to turn the screen down. For the first movement, which is the embryonic state. So I invite us all to simply lay down on the floor in whatever way feels comfortable. I'm lying on the side, but if you feel more comfortable on your back or your belly, that's fine too. And simply become aware of this moment, capture this moment. And gently, let's begin to move. From side to side, from belly to side, back, side, and belly. And this is not about us thinking of the movement to make or choosing for the body which motions to make, but this is about us tuning into the body, allowing the body to guide us into what movement it wants to make. So they can be vivid, they can be stretched out, they can be extended or extensive, or they can be small, tiny, detailed movements, moving from side to side. Trusting that the body knows which movements to make, how to move in order for healing to happen. And we can begin to prepare for the next stage, which is creeping, which is crawling. And what we do is that we get onto our bellies and we, kind of like a lizard, make one side long and the other short. So we contract the one side and extend the other. And then using our hands, we begin to crawl like a lizard, moving from side to side, using our hands to pull us forward. Eyes forward, nose forward. Just gentle movement. And we can stop for a moment. One side contracted, one knee up. And look around. Look to the side. Look down. Behind us, above us. We can gently shift leg so that the other knee goes up. Continue the movement. Through movement, we find health. And I invite you to become aware to sense your knees at this point. What they are doing, how they feel as we continue to crawl. Extending one side, contracting the other side, like a lizard. So This is the second stage, crawling stage, just like a baby. And eventually, when the baby gets a little older, it has the impulse to begin to creep. So that's what we will do. We'll get onto all fours, kind of like a bear. We can begin standing still, just swaying, allowing the hips to expand, to loosen up. We can arch our backs, kind of like a cat after waking up from a deep sleep. It arches its back, and we can release. Let our bellies hang, letting gravity do its thing. And gently we begin to creep. Letting the soles of our feet to point toward the ceiling. We slightly and gently shift the balance as we move all four limbs. And we can creep forward. We can go backwards, which puts a different balance on the body. Forward, eyes still ahead, head up, not hanging down, but head up, just like that bear or the cat. Looking from side to side. Going forward, going backwards, forward again. Imagine that we have a tail. So we want to wag that tail. We want to let it swing from side to side. So we let our hips and our buttocks slide and shift from side to side. And now it's about time to get ready for the standing up. So we come to space in the floor. We move our feet, or actually our knees, to the side. And then we want to tuck our toes underneath our feet. So we tuck our toes in, and then using our hands, we come into standing. And depending on the body's flexibility and mobility, we can either be standing like this, or maybe more erect, or even more erect. I can even use a chair to lean onto. And from whatever feels right for our particular bodies, we want to begin to move from side to side, swaying, one foot planted on the ground, the other foot having our feet touching the ground and heel up. And we can begin to swing our hands, to move our hands in motions. I can have one hand rested on the floor to keep my balance, or if I am balanced enough, I can allow both arms to swing back and forth. Using the chair, I would go from side to side using one hand. Or it could be a table, or it can be the bedside, or whatever. And so for a moment, just allow the body to move in its way. Let it sway, let it move, let it guide us to the motions that it needs. In our head, our eyes follow our hands, so to get movement in our necks, the whole spine. It's like an ocean. moving, swaying, flowing. Constant moving, constant motion, gentle motion from side to side, like a tree that is gently swaying in the wind, its branches moving in whichever way the wind moves them. To the back, up, down, in front, behind, movement, motion, your body's way. Once again, I invite us to sense our knees, to become aware of our knees and what they feel like. And we can begin to prepare to stand up into walking. So we plant our feet on the ground, pushing with our heels. We gently rise. And once again, we begin that walk. Coming back into body awareness and body gratitude. And so before I sensed, and this is something that we can all do, but for me personally, before I sensed some stiffness in the neck, I no longer feel that stiffness. I sensed my left knee. I hardly sense it anymore. I do sense an increased mobility and flexibility in the hips. And I do feel and sense an increased sense of well-being in the whole body. So placing our hands over our hearts, I invite us to smell the moment once again. Simply meaning to take a slightly deeper breath than usual. To gauge and measure our lung capacity, the expansivity of our lungs. And I can clearly notice for myself that my chest has expanded. My capacity to take in air has expanded. So, getting ready for the sixth stage, which is about increasing mobility and strength in all of the body by gently, in a way that feels good for us and for our bodies, we move up and down from the floor. So from standing up, I get down, and then I stand up again. It can be on the side, it can be on the belly, it can be, I get down on my back. I can get down on one side and then roll over to the other side or to the belly to get up. And I do it in a pace and in a way that feels good for my body. So it can be slow, flowing movements. It can be a little bit quicker, allowing for healing to happen. But it's all about the body's way. Your body's way. My body's way. And I'm sensing today that my body wants to chill a little bit. It wants to take it slow. It really enjoys not working out in the traditional sense. So I give it permission to do what it needs. So it's up, it's down, it's back up again. Once again, like the ocean and the gentle waves on a calm summer night, flowing, fluid, loving, soothing. So we can come to the floor, rested on our bellies, entering into this last stage, which is a little bit of laughter yoga. So coming to our bellies, resting our head on our hands, we move into a space of joy and celebration, into laughter. So I invite you to laugh with me. And you don't have to have anything to laugh about. We can allow that. We can allow that Buddha laughter to well up. Gently, we roll over from our bellies to our backs and let that Buddha laughter go. Sitting up, not breaking the laughter, but sitting up. And standing up, walking around, still laughing, allowing these tiny chemicals that are being produced in the body right now. Once again, as we keep walking, letting our heels lead, I invite us to put our hands to our hearts and move into a deepened space of being grateful for the body. Thank you, body. Thank you, beautiful body, for the healing that is happening. Thank you, beautiful body, for the mobility that is here, the flexibility that is here, the health, the harmony, the wholeness that is here. Thank you, body, for the wellness that is here, the freedom to move, the freedom to express, for your loyal companionship, allowing us to move through life, carrying out our missions, our tasks, our chores, our responsibilities in such a magnificent way. I give thanks for it, I give thanks for it, and I give thanks for it. And that, my dear friends, that is it. That is the NIA 15-minute workout. And I would love to hear what you think, how this resonated with you, with your bodies, if you participated. As I can't see you, I'm not quite sure if you did participate. Marianne says it was awesome. Yay. And yeah, that's what I love about it. It is so simple. I mean, it takes a little bit of discipline to do it. But these movements are so simple. And yeah, and Mara says, this was amazing. It was my first time in India. Awesome. So do you guys feel a difference in your bodies? Has something shifted? In Nia, action. So neuromuscular, that's the N. integrated, that's the I, and action, that's the A. Neuromuscular integrated action. What does it mean? I have no idea. I have no idea. It used to stand for non-impact aerobics. That's the original meaning of these three letters. But over time, it's evolved to neuro-integrated action, neuromuscular integrated action. I know. And yeah, and Shaya says, it's amazing how hard things that babies do so easily can be. And I do this every single day. The first thing I wake up, this is part of my morning routine. And I am absolutely blown away by the flexibility and by the toning. Actually, there are days when I don't do it. And I do sense the difference in my body when I don't do it. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So thank you so much. I'm loving your experiences, and I'm inviting you to come back. This is one of the ways how I spend my Fridays, and I would invite all of you to come back. You're more than welcome anytime. And so I'm not going to say anything else, but thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I trust to see you next Friday. Thank you so much, all of you. Namaste to us all.